Welcome back to your weekend report for K-Pop World News. We turn now to Stayville, where it has continued to be tremendously busy. With a brief look at the current state of Stayville, our boots on the ground. What can you tell us about the status of the region?
Bring sideways! They're coming at us from all angles. No one is safe. Everyone, please remain indoors. And remember to stay hydrated in these chaotic times. Find a friend, remember the buddy system, and remember we are stronger than this.
Okay. The main stories of the week include the full-on assault of brands entering Stayville-controlled areas of Threads, the drop of making-of content for the rest of the Do It era, and a sudden burst of content from members as they traveled to Japan for the music festival, which will not live stream, so you can get some sleep tonight. The embers of the Stayville brand battles of 2025 are still smoldering, and there were some clear winners. Sendable, The Fabulous, and MLB have all put in genuine effort to be a part of the online community, but how did this all begin? As with all things Stayville, we can safely blame the leader of the Lost Heathens, one Christopher CB97. After throwing the community into a tailspin via Bubble a few days ago, citizens of Stayville were left without an outlet. This, combined with a steady increase in Stay-related takeovers of various branded threads, such as Wonder Bread, created a perfect storm of fanatic energy and a desire for increased metrics on social media. Stayville is reaching equilibrium once again, but this day will not be forgotten. Making of content was released for both the Divine music video and the Do It trailer, and Stayville was left marveling at the duality of each member. Of particular note was anime-legged, cartoon-faced Han and his ability to hit maximum power cat eyes in an instant, and the Busan Baguette's ability to go from luxury brand ciabatta to buttered bread roll in seconds. These two videos were also an example of why subtitle Skijigi continues to top bias lines throughout the region. Most recently, as the Wandering Children prepared to head to Japan for the music festival, Stayville was met with a sudden storm of social media content. Hyunjin, Changbin, Felix, and Sungmin participated in a coordinated attack on the area with photo dumps, sentimental songs, and captions designed to break hearts. Sungmin, the forever cheater in playing games, was particularly ruthless in his emotional warfare by including both recording studio time with Changbin and the artwork Hyunjin most likely gave him as a gift. This alone would have been sufficient enough, but then the airport departure photos hit the internet and various regions across Stayville experienced a higher than normal level of crash out due to their already compromised state. Upon arrival in Japan, it can only be assumed Christopher saw these crash outs happening across the region and became determined to fight fire with fire. I think the thought process was, if they're crashing out over the other members this badly, I'll create an energy so chaotic they won't have time to continue. And thus, another chapter of Bang-chan, Bubble supervillain, was written. He dragged Stayville by the throat between Bubble and fans for hours, flirting, teasing, celebrating Genshin, reminding people he pretty much hates clothing, and just generally being the world's biggest menace. Only time will tell if this tactic was sufficiently distracting enough to stop any irreparable damage from hitting the Prince Racha regions of Stayville. And lastly, some rapid-fire news updates. Felix will be appearing on a trivia show with the MC of Korea. Skiz Code, Part 2 of Skiz Attack released, complete with healing by way of kisses, continued domination by the Carnivore team, more epic subtitle Skijigi, and butt compositions. The premiere episode of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo dropped with Lino as a featured guest, giving both carrots and stays a delightful treat. And lastly, the Allure Truth Serum interview dropped, leading to much discussion throughout Stayville regarding which members are best described as handsome, cute, or sexy, or a combination of all three. Hydrate or dihydrate, my lovelies. And as Newslady always says, these are just men who gyrate far too much for their fans to remain sound of mind. Feral and United, have a great day.